side chick. Side chick. My name is Clay Schwein. I'm Director of Academic Services for the School of Nursing and Health Studies, and a recent arrival at the University of Washington Bothell. Is this all your first year here? Give me, just by a show of hands, is this like first year at UW Bothell? That's part of the gig. Who's in their second year? Nobody? Or are you too ashamed? So I think I arrived maybe a week or two before you did. So I'm learning about the institution, and I spent about 30 years on the Seattle campus between my undergraduate career and then a long stint as an advisor for the University of Washington. So how's your year been so far? Thumbs up in the back. What's your name? No, with the two thumbs up, what's your name?
Rhonda.
Wanda?
Rhonda.
Wanda. Sorry, my hearing is terrible. Vonda?
Rhonda.
Oh, that's a great name. Two thumbs up. Well done. Look at that. I'm glad to hear it. What caused one of those thumbs up? What are you excited about with UW Bothell?
Studying.
You thumbs up on studying? Right on. Who else gives a thumbs up to studying here? I'm down with that. Yeah. What's your name? You thought it was a group thing?
Yeah.
No. What? Yeah. What's your name? Jason. Jason.
You guys know each other?
Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. All right. So I understand you all signed up to learn a little bit more about nursing and health studies. Or were you forced to be here to learn about nursing and health studies? Which is it? Forced? Demanded? Expected? Okay. I want to introduce my partner in crime here today. Have you met Kristen Lebright before? She works magic. She may actually be why you're at the University of Washington Bothell. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kristen Lebrecht. We probably haven't met since you're all first year students. I work with transfer students. Did anybody transfer credits? Running Start? Whoop whoop, for the Running Start, yes. If you have transfer credits, you want to make sure those are, appearing correctly with records. That's some of the stuff we do in the admissions office. I had the great pleasure of filling in at Health Studies for a while this past year, so I know the degree and the program and the staff quite well. Quite an honor to be there, and I'm happy to continue helping where I can. So whether or not I've met you, I'm happy to be a resource. You can reach me by email, you can find me in Husky Hall, but you kind of have to dig because I'm buried. Okay. Everyone's like, no, we don't go to Husky Hall. What are you talking about? It's just through the forest. If you bring some biscuits, the wolf might catch you, but it's okay.
Okay. Let's go to the next slide. You got it. So one of the things I want to impress upon you is that health is all about choices that you're going to make, and you're going to be asked to make a lot of choices in the next few years. And so I want everybody to stand up, come to this center section. No, I'm serious. Like walk around and get in this center section. There's going to be a little beam of sardines in here. Come on in. Center section.
Next to it.
Yeah, look at that. You guys are going to break out and stand by me. Okay. Going to make some choices. I'm going to force you to make some choices. If you are a dog person, walk to this side of the room. If you're a cat person, walk to this side of the room. Dog people and cat people.
Yeah, no, I thought they were cool, but then I saw the video going through the car.
Much more preponderance of dog people. Is it just because you're Huskies? Is that it? That's great. Okay, next one. If you like hamburgers, go to the left side. If you would prefer to have a hot dog, go to the right side of the room. No movement? Come on, move if you need to. You guys need to have better hot dogs. There are
We
great
have
hot
hot dog with cream cheese.
hot dog with macaroni and cheese on it, bacon. Oh, fantastic. All right. Cake on this side or ice cream on this side? Favorite flavor of ice cream? What do you got over here? Mint chocolate chip. How many people are down with mint chocolate chip? Yeah. Okay. Chocolate, just straight chocolate. Tin Roof Sundae. Okay, great. Shakira, Beyonce. Probably. No middle, no middle. Left or right. Make a choice. Shakira. Okay. Great. Next one. Gluten-free or gluten please? Like if you're a fan. Alright, we're starting to get into health choices. Health choices.
All right, I'm making the soup.
Soap and water, like always, soap and water. Or, yeah, Purell. I'm down. I can do Purell.
I'm 1.9%.
If you're interested in health, would you rather have direct patient contact, right? So direct service with patients, or take more of an administrative leadership role, right? A little less patient contact, taking more research or After you graduate, in order to get into healthcare, would you be more interested in like maybe a few more years of school, so over on this side, or so like masters, MD, PhD, those types of things, or just go start that career right now, over here, start that career. I want to get out there, I want to make some money, see how things go. Okay, perfect. These are the kinds of choices you get to make over the next few years. You know, so maybe you're a dog, hamburger, administrative research, and 4 more years of school type person, or perhaps a cat, hot dog, you know. So making those choices along the way are really critical. Okay, you can go back to your seats now. Thank you. So, the School of Nursing and Health Studies at UW-Bothell does offer a few different degrees. One of those is, how's it going? Welcome. Do you like hot dogs or hamburgers more? Which is it? Do you like hot dogs or hamburgers? Okay, excellent. Oh, hot dogs, excellent. Dogs or cats? Cats? Ice cream or cake? Yeah, outstanding. See, little choices all along the way. That's where we get there. So nursing offers 2 degrees, and I'm going to only speak briefly about them. I want you to know that they exist because you will come across people in your life who are nurses or interested in advancing their nursing career. We have a RN to BSN completion program, so for students who might have started at the community college, earn that RN, but then want to advance their career, maybe take on more of a leadership role. they would do the RN to BSN completion degree, earn that Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We also offer a Master's of Nursing. It's an advanced degree that really focuses on leadership and research in the nursing field. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about those, because for your purposes, they really don't apply. These are not, right now at least, career paths for you. You know, that if you wanted to earn a nursing degree from the University of Washington, you would have a few other options out there. But as far as being an author, I just want you to know they exist, okay? Far more likely might be the health studies degree. So we offer a bachelor's degree in health studies, and then we have 3 minors in health studies. So the focus of health studies is really looking at social biological predictors of health, trying to become better educated or educate the broader population about health concerns, using your social justice lens and applying that to empowering people to advocate for their own health and to advocate on behalf of people who might not otherwise have access to it. There's also a very strong strand in our health studies program around global health, right? So health beyond just the borders of our own country, but worldwide. A little bit on health-related research. So different types of career opportunities that you might plug into. A lot of stuff around health education, health management, fantastic opportunities in mental health. I don't know, so do you know who the governor is of Washington? Anybody? What's his name? What's his name? Yeah, you. Yeah.
Oh, is it James Lee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I could tell. You're like, wait, I think it's Inslee. Is it Inslee? It's Inslee. Yeah. Jay Inslee set out a strong initiative this year to increase behavioral health access for people in Washington. Now, he's trying to run for president, so he wants to have some people he can talk about. This is a really critical moment in our state and our country, looking at behavioral health, access to quality mental health, okay? And so the demand for people who are interested in health studies is really going to go up in the next few years. Healthcare outreach, community care, and then a lot of our students end up going on to graduate work in public health, medicine, social work. Krista, what do you have to chime in there on that?
Yeah, when we talk about the curriculum a little bit more, it's really great for you to see, looking at the different choices available to you just this afternoon, this or that. Within health, there's a lot of different ways you can go. And any one of these career opportunities are available to you because the career study or the health studies degree is so open. So you can really complement what you're studying with the core health in terms of future graduate work or going straight into a career.
So I want you to take 1 or 2 minutes here, turn to a partner, or if you're like in a group of 3 of you, have a conversation with the 3 of you. And discuss this question just briefly. Is health a fundamental right? Should we have a fundamental right to health? Turn to a partner, talk for 1 minute.
No, think yeah, no, I
think yes. Because like if you
Okay, generally speaking, where do you land on this? Is health a fundamental right? Yeah, it is. Is there one thing that you can think of that's a more fundamental right? Or a thing that's maybe a less fundamental right?
A more, less fundamental right than health, most things.
Most things?
Yeah, more fundamental. Can't think of anything. Health is
Right. Okay,
probably the most important thing.
there you go. Right?
Can't do anything for it.
Preamble of the Constitution, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. It all falls into that, health, right? Okay, so we have a fundamental right to health. We need good people to help build capacity for that fundamental right to health. Thanks for helping me out on that. What's your name? Sorry.
Ryan.
Ryan, thanks, Ryan. Okay, so health studies admissions. I'm going to ask Kristen to dive in here.
Sounds good. So all of your students at the University of Washington Bothell, you are pre-major students, correct? Great. So as pre-major students, what is your first goal? Your first academic goal as a student? Besides pass your classes and, move on. Your first academic goal is? Get into a major. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Very good. So getting into your major. When you're a pre-major student, you're working with your pre-major advisor, when they will guide you through the admission process in terms of applying to your major. If you're interested in applying to health studies, you can apply for any quarter. We admit students autumn, winter, and spring quarter. If any of you are qualified now, the deadline for spring quarter is February 1st. Who knows when February 1st is?
Friday.
It's Friday. How did that happen? I don't know. But it's Friday. So Friday's the deadline. If you're qualified, you are welcome to apply for admission to the health studies major for spring quarter, which is coming up real soon. We are capacity constrained in health studies. Here's a vocabulary question. Does anybody know what capacity constrained means on the UW-Bothell campus?
You can only accept a certain amount.
Exactly. Our core courses seat 48 students each. So we are not going to admit more students than we have space, because that would just be mean, right? Say, sure, you can come into the major. Whoops, you can't get into classes. No. So we can admit 48 students per quarter in order to ensure that we have enough capacity for you to get into the core classes. We receive upwards of 75 and 80 applications per quarter. So we do have more applications than we have seats. What is the key to being admitted? Aside from being qualified, apply early. So that deadline's February 1st. Don't work on it Friday night. If you're interested in applying for spring, get it done early. If you're interested in a future quarter, get it done early. Early is always good, because if we review your application and you're qualified, you can get a decision much earlier than the time frame. And the earlier you know, the more comforted you feel, the sooner you can move on to the next academic goal. What's the academic goal after you've been admitted to your major? Graduate! Yes! I always joke that university is the one thing that as soon as you get in, you want to figure out how to get out, right? But anyway, so how do you get in?
Prison also in that category. I just want to throw that
I
out.
don't know. But holistic review. A holistic review means we're looking at all of your application, every single piece. And in health studies, we review your personal statement and your academic records equally. So it's possible for your personal statement to tip the scales one way or the other. There have been students with very strong academics who end up maybe waitlisted because the personal statement was 3 sentences. What's wrong with a 3-sentence personal statement?
It's not too personal.
It's not too personal, probably. I have been talking about writing with students for many years, and I always have talked about the 3 C's of writing. I kind of extol the virtues. The 3 C's: clear, concise, complete. Needs to be clear, it needs to tell us what you want to say. It needs to be concise, you don't need to go on for 60 pages. But it needs to be complete, tell the whole story. Our Vice Chancellor gave me a 4th C, which is compassion. So show your compassion, show your lens of social justice, show why you want to study health. And ultimately, that's what the personal statement should tell us. Why do you want to study health? What are your personal and professional goals around this study? And what experience have you taken to show that health is the right major for you? Maybe right now you know you want to study health, but you don't know what you want to do. It's fine to talk about that. It's also fine to start doing something. Do some job shadowing. Do some volunteering to get a sense of what it is in health that you might want to do, so you can start kind of narrowing your focus a little bit. Does anyone have children? No? Having children is very hard. Physically, emotionally, mentally. But physically, it's very hard. When I was having my second child, they asked me, can we have a med student in the room? And I said, sure, I work in higher education. Why wouldn't I allow that, right? You all agree? Well, said student passed out. Did not like the sight of blood. And there was a lot of blood. Don't mind telling you that. You should probably know this before you've done all the years of school it takes to get to that point. So that's why doing some job shadowing, doing some volunteering really can help. Not only in the admission process, the admission process is not a checkbox, right? It's not something you do to say, yep, I did that, now let me in. It's a matter of you having something to talk about in your statement. When I've, served as an EMT for 5 years, this is what I learned about myself, and this is how I know that a career in health is for me. Does that make sense? That if those 3 sentences was your personal statement, that might be okay. Yeah? Cool. So anyway, that's about the application. Oh, and shameless plug. Information sessions are available. I host those in the admissions office in Husky Hall, where you have to go over the river and through the woods to get there. But if you come, I will not turn you away. Those information sessions are meant for transfer students, but I'm happy to have internal students there too, because the same information can be very helpful.
Thanks, Chris. I wanted to be a tree surgeon for a long time, but I faded at the sight of sap. So, health studies core classes. These are the things in the core you're going to review. Public health, health research, policy and systems, epidemiology. So you can see there's a real range, not just on sort of social and personal aspects of health, but the actual biological approaches to health. So it's a very broad, very interdisciplinary and cross-disciplinary major. 2 things that I really want to highlight, you can go to the next slide, are these, what makes this degree awesome? And these are the 2 things that I think make it incredible. 1, pathways to health studies. So you spend a quarter actually designing your remaining career and exploring, with the guidance of faculty, your educational pathway to your career, all right? That we think this is a really critical component as you move into and through the major. So within your first couple quarters, Pathways to Health Studies gives you a real opportunity to get some personal guidance, not just from advisors, but from faculty, from the community, on how do you design a career in health studies. It's very personalized. The other thing that I think is great is this field work in health. So it's really the capstone experience for your time as a health studies major. You go out and you translate that academic experience into professional practice. It can be an internship, it can be a volunteer experience. It's a way in a non-academic setting to really translate that thing you've learned through the years in classes, all right? And so, and the advice that you probably received from everybody you've talked to is, right, get that practical experience. We've built it into the major so that you're really ready to go, if you choose to, straight from your undergraduate career into your next step in your professional career. Just a few samples of how you customize your degree. So we have these core requirements, so everybody studies that stuff on the previous slide, no matter what. But you get an opportunity within this degree to really customize, and you do that through your electives. So examples from the recent few quarters: health of military veterans, the impact of physical activity and nutrition on health, impact of cannabis on health. There have been some legislative changes in the past few years. It's really, we're having to sort of dig deep and look into what are the impacts of legalized marijuana in health. So we have a faculty member who's really kind of led the way in that examination. I know what you're thinking to yourself right now, and know, it's a real research area. Okay, plague, stigma, and fear. If you go on the UW-Bothell homepage, there's actually a really nice article about one of our faculty who looked at tuberculosis as it's starting to reemerge as a health concern in the United States. Go ahead. And then we do have 3 minors. We have the health studies minor, which is, let's say you don't want to commit to doing the health studies major. These are open for any major at the University of Washington. And I just wanted to draw your attention to, this is what health studies does. This is the University of Washington School of Medicine mission statement. So let's say I'm thinking about going to medical school. I'm going to be a biology major because I kind of like biology a lot. But I still want to build in an understanding of the health and well-being of the public, understand biomedical education and research, and look at ethical conduct. Well, maybe I should consider doing a health studies minor, because that's exactly what we talk about in that field. Go ahead with the next one. Health education and promotion sets you up to become a certified health education specialist. This is a credential that many nonprofits and groups outside outside the boundaries of the university really trying to start to look at to make sure that you have a specific set of coursework and experiences so that you can go into that field. That's kind of a nice option as well. And then finally, the global health minor, looking at global trends that impact the health. Again, a couple of really good articles on our homepage about the work that the University of Washington-Bothell has done with regard to global health, looking at sort of, like one example is crowdfunding and the impact on global health, how that's really transformed just in the last few years. So go ahead. Yeah, just I think our next speakers are going to be really great resources for you from the Career Center, but for sure there are some really good resources here for you to start doing some of that career exploration, looking at different grad school opportunities. I would definitely, she's not here today, but I want to put in a plug. Stephanie is the pre-health advisor in FIP, and if you have not met with her and you're thinking about medical school, dental school, PT, OT, pharmacy, any of those health-related fields, get in to see Stephanie. She knows her stuff, right? Really backwards and forwards. A lot of other opportunities there. And then, come on in. Perfect. I think my last slide is just how to contact us. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please come on by UW 1211. We're currently searching for our new advisor for health studies. The previous advisor has decided to take some time away from her career for a little bit and tend to her family. And so we're currently searching, should have a new advisor in place within the next few weeks here. But in the meantime, just contact UW, UW NHS at uw.edu, and they'll get you connected to somebody who can help. Thanks a lot for your attention and for putting up with me making you walk back and forth a lot, because that's my style. So thanks, Kristen, for helping out today. All right, we're done.